Beautifully driven. What a way to get off the mark and register your first runs on the board as well. The Yaks are up and away, and that's a very fine hit. He's got a good hold of this one, and he's given that some hit. First 6 here for the Yaks.
The best delivery that he's bowled, but he swivels back and just helped it on its way, didn't he? And with the kind of altitude that we are
He's picked the bones out of this one as well. One bounce, and that'll go for a 4 towards the long gone region. He's got some below on this one. In fact, plenty of bat. He's been shuffling around the crease this time. Straight down the ground. That's a lovely hit, and that's 4 to end the over as well. Panchal's looking good this morning. The ball. He's had to reach out to this one. Find me a better shot than that this morning. Priyank Panchal's turning it on. And the KARNALI YAKS. There's no stopping this man this morning. He smoked it over long gone, Priyank Panchal. The Yaks are making merry.
Yeah, they've got a great start here. I'm a little bit surprised about team selection. I know you're a big fan. Two quick ones, but they've lost their first one. O'Dowd had had enough. He had struggled and struggled.
Not his best innings. Struggled to 20 off 29, and he said, okay, I've got to have a go here. Clever bowling, darted in, and the player of the tournament.
Oh, this is out of town. That stroke deserves to interrupt the story. It's a long way back.
Expected of over, maybe it's an over too many. No pace to work with at all. 70 metres, what?
Priyank Panchal shines on NPL debut. It's been a flawless innings, and he does it on the grandest stage of Nepal cricket. That's the Nepal Premier League. What an innings he's played, laced with maturity and aggression in the middle. He brings up his maiden NPL 50. Well done, lad. 72 for 1.
As just saw that 50 from Priyank Panchal, celebrating that with a boundary. One bounce over the boundary cushions.
Wow! Massive out of here. What a hit. Priyank Panchal's entertaining the crowd to the fullest. And Mark Waters enjoying it at the other end as well.
Now, just take a look at that. That's the Siddharth Bank maximum of the match. And it's gone.
Nicely driven. That's in the gap. The fielder will have to give up the chase. That's because the ball is racing to the ropes. What a hit. He's looked so good on both sides of the wicket this morning. Priyank Panchal went over, event ball here. Yeah, talk about an event over, event ball, gets a top edge, goes for a 4. Good start to over number 15.
That's magnificently struck. Just stand there and admire it, young man.
Look at that. He had to drag that from outside off, but the pace on the ball wasn't too much. And Priyank for the starting 11.
Helped away towards the man, but it's gone over his head. Deep mid-wicket was more than interested as it came off the bat. I think so too was Ravi Bapara.
This, I'm not sure he felt he got this near the middle of the bat. Almost blowing it across the boundary. Go, get there. Just, and that's enough.
Maharashtra. And he's going to perish, gets to the 90s, he'll get no more. It's a good catch, very well judged by Dev Canal. Down at long on, he holds on. And my, how they needed that.
Doesn't get the elevation that he's looking for. Bapara with a change of pace.
Good catch.
And then nicely held in the deep. It was very, very...
Steered away behind square on the offside, and he will get a boundary. Does enough to get 4. That's more like it for Scotland's Mark Watts. Watt goes into the leg side, straight to the man, and it's taken. Difficult innings for the man who's primarily known as a world-class left-arm spinner, promoted up the order.
It hasn't worked. So El Tanvir bowling to his field. He's just helped that on its way. Man at deep square leg hasn't really had to make...
Well, that one is more like it. It's gone a long way. Pawan Saraf has had to wait a long time to take his bow in the Nepal Premier League. Missed all of last season.
It's whacked halfway down, and Sohail Tanvir stood in the middle of the wicket hanging his head, sort of thinking, well...
Goes again and gets the maximum reward again. Back-to-back sixes. The 150 comes up in some style. The Yak attack is on the charge. Inside edge, going to be 4. Keeper can't get anything on it and it races away. That's a walk-off 6. Turns his back at it almost dismissively, does Pawan Saraf. He'll have waited many long days and nights, weeks and months to get into this grand stage. And coming back from that horror injury to his knee, well, it's been worth the wait, young man. 27 off 16, finishes with a flourish as the Yaks drive up to 166 from their 20 overs.
From 16, Pawan, what an innings from Priyank Panchal. 90 of just 48 deliveries. With that sort of innings, you would have thought that...
Wicket apiece for Sohail Tanvir, a safe say, but I thought Ravi Bopara was actually the pick of the bowlers in many ways. He was bowling very tough overs and a little bit expensive for the 3 homegrown bowlers. Looks for the Yorker, but it ends up as a low full toss. It's a very nice way for Deepak Bahara to be allowed into his innings. Poor delivery. Not quite out of the middle of the bats, but Bahara gets enough to get 4 more. Kami has just started a little shakily, particularly with all his experience. 2 poor balls in his first 4. And the reason they're excited as we see him pierce the gap for 4 is the passion for the sport here. And I think he could be one of the stars of the tournament. Finds the gap expertly, gets his first runs in Nepal Premier League cricket in people in the country. Edged away, bit of fortune. Slip has come out, it'll race for 4.
And fortune for sure.
Taken short wide and Milan gives it away. Max O'Dowd's not going to drop that. And out come the Archer celebrations from Munish.
Yes, and why not? Yeah, there it is. Not the best debuts for David Malan, but he'll come again and take a look at that for a celebration. He knows he's got the big fish, and there she comes. There's the...
Good looking shot. Going to be 1 bounce and get to the rope. Nice extension, always a hard stroke to play, forcing against your body. Oh, now straight into the stumps. Oh no, Dev Canal's got to go. The most unlucky dismissal there is, has the Yaks fans roaring.
There it is. It was a catch, and then very fortuitous this for the bowler, and how unfortunate for Dave.
Yeah, you've got a manufacture shot. That's lovely. Just how beautifully he created room outside off stump. What a time to welcome. That's a lovely hit. And that clatters into the cushion as well. He's got stuck underneath this one. Fielder had long gone. We'll watch it sail over him. That's a powerful strike, hit with some certainty. And he's got some good distance on it as well.
To get your length wrong and get it too full. Doesn't matter if you bowl a variation of pace. If you bowl it into that hitting zone, inevitably.
Powerfully struck. He slapped that down the ground. That's a fine hit. Deepak Bahara. Another slower delivery. That's carved back. Word of point, and that's going to be a 4. That's experience and class coming to the fore of Ravi Bopara. Oh, he's lost the shape on this one. Should be taken. Straightforward catch. Yuvraj Khatri strikes in his very first over. The youngster making it count. He brings out his celebration.
Pick my spot, and I'm going to whack this over deep mid wicket. But the ball just hurried on. It hurried on. And he didn't get anywhere near the middle of the bat, and it's the captain that hangs on to the catch.
But whilst Ravi Bopara is there, the Rhinos will think as though they can start with a victory. What an elegant shot.
Free swing, real extension of the arms there. An award for the best dressed side. That shot again, this time in the air, put away. That'll go all the way for 6. Will make the Chitwan Rhinos feel really good.
Front foot or back, he murders spin bowling. They took the wrist spinner off to go. As Mala, well, you don't even need to question whether that's going to go over the rope. He's got power to burn, this young man.
Just tossed it up a little, but he picked it up really well. Just goes to show how good a batting surface this still is.
Mala tries to go to the leg side but doesn't get anything of it. Gulshan Jah holds on. Another big celebration. It's the better matchup. It's the West Indies.
Well, the best way to set the batting team and their run rate on the back foot is picking up wickets. And a real Red Bull energetic moment of the match.
Rising and building upon. Long way up and a long way back. Up towards the last remaining grass, back at the ground, dropped in the crowd. Zabe takes a liking to the young wrist spinner.
He was and put down in the crowd as well. But what a way to start the innings.
Now, has he got enough of this? I don't think so. Put down! Massive moment in the game. Nandan Yadav slips through his hands.
Actually, same time.
Right. That's a mighty hit, flat batted, and that just thunders into the stands. Ravi Bopara says,
And it goes such a long way back.
right. Smartly done. You've got to be aware of the field when you're batting in this stage of the game. And Sev Zeb, despite the big hits, is also showing. Fuller delivery in the gap. That's 4 more. 15 runs of over number 15. And Sev Zeb is putting on a show with the bat in this chase. Oh, he's got stuck underneath this one. He's hit that with some certainty. And that's into the stands. What an inning Zeb is playing this afternoon. He's taking his team home.
Kami makes an error. Safe says, I got you.
He's been moving wonderfully well this afternoon, and he's been depositing the ball into the stands. Zeb is saying the afternoon belongs to me.
They're ahead of the game, but always while Bopara was there, they had a chance.
This one came in. Oh, that's been given. Sampal Kami strikes at just the right time, creates a bit of an opening, sends the danger man Zeb back. Are we witnessing a twist in the tail? There's still so much height.
Well, it certainly pitches on. It's tight. It's tight. It's not as high as Bopara indicated.
Pure, perfect exhibition of timing. That's Ravi Bopara. What a time to bring out a 6.
And Bopara's not going to help me because he makes it look terribly easy. And that little...
Yeah, makes room for himself. That's in the gap. 1 bounce, 4. They're getting closer, and they almost have 2 points in their bag. Courtesy Ravi Bopara brings up another fine half century in his very first outing. He just continues from NPL season 1. He's got a lot of height in this one. Field is circling underneath it, and that will be taken. A bit of an anticlimax.
Not so much hard work, spectacular work, but he also knows that he's done enough. He's done enough today. Stroke.
That's a powerful strike, and what a way to register a win if you're a Chitwan Rhino here. Arjun Saul with a home run takes his team home. This has been clinical, convincing, and a cohesive effort by a very happy Chitwan Rhinos team. So it's all set by Deepak Bohra's innings. Laid some good lust